What are the biggest problems that you see in the world that we're in today? In a world of just modern living the standards of living have increased so much. We have healthcare, we've got all these different things, so trillions of dollars being allocated to these things, but people are unhappier than ever. They're unhealthier than ever.
I used to think that there was just a bunch of top-heavy systems that had inertia that were inefficient, and I was going to go solve these problems. And then I'd get into these rooms and be like, oh, these guys aren't interested in fixing anything. These guys are paid. I got to say, in the last 6-7 years, I've really turned a corner to be like, oh man, no, they actually did build a Death Star, and the big food, big ag, big chemistry, big drug, big healthcare industries have zero vested interest in keeping people healthy because sickness is now 25% of our GDP. They've created a dark economy that feeds on human suffering. Ew. I didn't want to believe that. And now there's enough evidence that's put in front of me on a weekly basis where I'm like, ew, that is not right livelihood. That is gross.
Is that big pharma controlling things like everything from the research studies right through to at the university level to what people are being, aspiring doctors are being taught? It's hard to believe that every single one of these people is coming out there being like, yes, we want to keep our patients sick. It's more of the system that controls these different things that changes someone's narrative and their belief versus the individual person who, at the start, they're well-intentioned, but based on the research that they are trained on and the model that they are part of, they just fall into that sick model.
100%. I know hundreds of very well-intentioned individuals who've studied and dedicated their lives to helping people that are trapped in a thought control system that subtly manipulates where their eyeballs are allowed to look and what they're allowed to say and what they're allowed to believe. Sapolsky did some great work on this where he talked about, kind of neural networks forming, and you do it with like just basic amoeba and bacteria, and you will see them start to just kind of develop and create tracks and move towards where there's food. Or honeybees, they'll start to develop these tracks to where the pollen is. Now, this is the mighty dollar, and now my buddies, in all these different places control the mighty dollar, and we say, here, research guy, here's where the money is. And guess what? He's got a family to feed too. He has to fund his research. And so it's very easy to manipulate hungry animals with bread. And so the whole system is actually really genius in how it's orchestrated to just use the money to drive the outcomes.